Good morning to everyone. I'd like to officially start this fantastic event. My name is Professor Ian Williamson. I have the great privilege of serving as the Dean of the University of California, Irvine Paul Merage School of Business. And I'd like to welcome each and every one of you to the Center for Healthcare Management and Policy's 2022 Healthcare Forecast Conference. This conference is now in its 31st year, which is truly remarkable. And it is a great legacy left by Professor Emeritus Dr. Paul Feldstein, who retired from our fantastic business school in 2012. The Center for Healthcare Management and Policy is honored to deliver a program that meets the needs of the healthcare community and to have many of you return year after year to hear the updates on the most critical issues facing healthcare in our society. I want to thank the conference moderators for all their hard work and assistance over the past year in helping put together a fantastic lineup of keynote speakers and panelists. Certainly, given all the various challenges that we all have faced through the COVID and other things, being able to pull together a conference of this caliber in this way is truly no small feat. So a special thank you to Sarah Dash, the President and CFO of Grantmakers in Health, Murray Ross, the Vice President and Director of Kaiser Permanente's Institute for Health Policy, and Christoph Strimikis, the Director of Market Analysis and Insight at the California Healthcare Foundation. I'd also like to thank the many sponsors that we have. Without their support, this certainly would not be possible. And you'll see notices about the various sponsors occasionally as you go through the conference, but just let me acknowledge their support and their trust in us, again, to run this world-class forum for so many individuals. And lastly, I'd just like to thank an opportunity to say a few things about the exciting things that are happening at the Paul Merage School. And I think this healthcare center that we have here is truly one of our crown jewels, but it is part of a collection of wonderful things that are happening here. Our business school is a member of the prestigious University of California system and the University of California Irvine School. We are consistently rated as one of the top 5% of business schools globally, and we pride ourselves on being a leader in business education and specifically preparing individuals to thrive in a digitally driven world. And our programs reflect this. They all have an aspect of them which expose our students to technology and the intersection between technology, business, and entrepreneurship. And in our undergraduate program, our undergraduate BA program is ranked as one of the top undergraduate programs in the world and is one of the most highly requested majors, not just at the University of California, Irvine, but across the University of California system itself. This past year, we were very excited to admit the largest and most diverse class of undergraduate students we've ever had in the history of the school. At the master's level, we have 7 globally recognized degrees, 4 of which are STEM certified. Our full-time MBA program is consistently rated as one of the top 50 programs in the world and one of the top 10 public programs in the country. We also offer an executive MBA program, which offers a concentration in healthcare management. And I should note that many of the great alums of that program have been presenters at this conference or participants for over the years. And thank you very much for all of the support you continue to provide our school. In addition to our MBA suite, we also have a suite of specialty master's degrees, including a master's degree in biotechnology management, a master's of finance, a master's of professional accountancy, a master's of science and business analytics, and a master's in innovation and entrepreneurship, our newest degree, which is a unique and one-of-a-kind degree across the University of California system. I'm proud to say that our school continues to receive global recognition, not just for our innovative curriculum, but also for creating a diverse and inclusive learning environment. This past year, Bloomberg Business Week ranked Merage School as #4 in its new diversity index across the country. The Merage School is also ranked #1 in the United States by Financial Times for our participation of women, particularly in the number of women faculty that we have, as well as the number of women students, female students that we have. In 2021, the Merage School Black Management Association was created, and they were hosting their 2nd annual conference in April 30th, 2022, here in person at the business school. In 2021, we also launched the Merage School Latinx Initiative. Certainly, it is this focus on inclusive excellence, which I think is a strength of our institution. Before I introduce our moderator today, I should also just make a special acknowledgement to Diane Ford, whose tireless efforts in leading our center have certainly played a major role in allowing this activity today to happen. So thank you, Diane, for all the work you've done to pull this together. Now, I'd like to introduce today's moderator, Christoph Sturmikas. Christoph is a director of California Healthcare Foundation's Market Analysis and Insight Team, which promotes greater transparency and accountability in California's healthcare system. He oversees the foundation's work to provide research and analysis to policymakers and healthcare leaders across the state to give a market-wide view of the complex healthcare ecosystem and to support informed decisions about California's healthcare landscape. Previously, Christoph has served in senior positions at Pacific Business Group on health and the Commonwealth Fund. Christoph, thank you very much for taking the time to be the moderator today. I'll hand it over to you.
Thank you so much, Dean Williamson, for getting us started this morning, and thank you for your leadership of the Mirage School over the last year or two now. It's hard to believe how quickly time has flown. Welcome everyone to the 31st Annual Healthcare Forecast Conference. As the Dean mentioned, my name is Christoph. I'm the Director of the Market Analysis Team at the California Healthcare Foundation. CHCF is an independent nonprofit philanthropy dedicated to meaningful, measurable improvement in the healthcare delivery system here in California. CHCF has a very long history and affiliation with the Center for Healthcare Management and Policy that we're all very proud of, and I'm just so pleased to continue this morning. Let me very briefly lay out some logistics so we can get started with our program here. Our time this morning is going to begin with a 20-minute keynote from Dr. Ornstein, Dr. Norm Ornstein, who will lay out some of his thoughts on what healthcare leaders can expect from our federal policymakers as the country hopefully emerges from the worst of the COVID-19 pandemic here, and we head into some midterm elections later this year. Please put your questions for Norm into the Q&A box at any time over the next hour. We'll have about 20 minutes at the end of Norm's talk for a moderated Q&A. So please, at any time over the next hour, put your questions there and we'll get to just as many as we can. Following Norm, we have just an A-team of experts on federal and state health policy to provide their perspective on what you as healthcare leaders can expect coming out of Washington and state capitals like Sacramento in the coming year. Each of those panels will speak for about 10 minutes, and then similarly, we'll move on to some audience Q&A during the second half of the second hour. So please, at any time, put your questions into the Q&A box. A final few housekeeping items I'm sure someone will ask, so let me preemptively answer that slides will be available. All the speaker slides will be available on the conference app. Please go to the website if you haven't already and download the app. You will receive a recording of the webinar by email, and I'm sure that will be made available on the conference website in the coming days and weeks ahead. And then finally, if you are a clinician and you're interested in getting CMEs for attending the conference, please email Diane at the Mirage School and she can help you out. Her email is Ford, like the car company, DM, like you're sending someone a private message at Twitter or on Twitter, at uci.edu.